And this is Alex coming at you, and today finally we have video of the GT500 motor being torn down. The person you're going to see on camera, his name is Keith Ray of Wonder Racing. If you're not familiar with Keith Ray of Wonder Racing, well, maybe you're familiar with his car. He has been running X275 Warriors versus Tres Cuarto in World Cup stuff, and he's been in many mod national races, and he has won King of the 4-valve multiple times. So sit back, relax, and watch him tear down the GT500 motor, explaining what he found, and we'll see what the next step is. But for now, enjoy the teardown of the GT500 video. One, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we didn't jump time. Nope. Broken guide pin. Let's show that. So. See how there's so much shank left right here on this? Because whoever made these didn't cut the thread all the way down to the base like ours are. So I'm not sure what brand this one is, but it'll break right on the first thread because that's where all the stress is. See, of course, the secondary tensioner blew apart whenever the chain broke. So, take these cams off. I'm going to check the gear, see if the gear's fractured. You know that one's going to be. Have to ask Alex if he loosened that bolt or if it was just a function. Looks like that bolt come loose. So we'll see. see. You can see the cam. Should be able to polish out, but looks like that center lobe, the journal doesn't show it, but the cam had trash or something go through it at some point. Just as for guys that always have trouble getting these out, if you just turn the cam, it'll loosen up your caps for you. Definitely got into the thrust on the head. So if you look right in here, you can see where the cam, for some reason, was kicked. And it started to ride into the thrust of the head. It should be able to just polish it right out, but and you can see where it has a tight spot. Probably when the chain broke. You can see the dark shadowing. Has a tight spot in that lobe, so I'll run the hone down through it, make sure the heads didn't get distorted. I'm mostly concerned with this side because this is the side that broke the chain, so. see any witness marks on the piston. Head gasket looks good. So number 5 is the one that the head showed some oil. See, the piston on 5 and 8 have a lot more contamination, and the cylinder scored. If you look down in here, you can see some scoring in the cylinder. See some vertical scoring in the cylinder, and looks the same way to be on number 8 as well. Yeah. Seven shows a little bit. 7, you still got some good cross hatch in it. But 6 is really clean. It's got some where the piston was pushed onto the low side, but other than that, we'll see what the skirt of the piston looks like. So if you look at our pin, this is our pin that we manufacture. The thread is clear down to the base. You still use a washer as you would, but compare the two. Wow. It'll break on this shoulder every time, because the problem is the pin, unless you counterbore it after you drill and tap it to the M8, it will not tighten down. This will always be loose and it'll always break there. That's how it should be done. And the problem is it takes a special cutter. So that's the difference. Upper rod bearing looks good, so Junior must not have been tuning this one. You can see where it was rocking in the bore a little bit. I'll have to check the piston, the current piston wall on these cylinders, but you can see where it impacted, and that's on the valley side. Okay, let's check number 8. Sounds good.
Same thing. It's got a little bit of wear on it. Not detrimental, but it's got some wear on it. Like I said, we'll check the ring gap. It's definitely got a thin ring pack in it. Bearing's good. Bearing's good. That one has, looks like trash. Looks like trash went through it. This one's got a significant more. It's number 7. So leads me to believe normally if it's on that side, it's normally a piston to wall issue. But Alex didn't mention any rattle. So we'll see. So this one had trash or debris go through it. You can feel it, but it doesn't look like, it looks like the bearing did its job and absorbed it, so. Yeah. Let's see what the upper side looks like here. Skirt's about the same. You can see where it was impacting. You see this polished spot here. If you look, it's clean. And then here, the top of the cylinder probably shows us where the piston was moving. Of course, the bearing looks the same. Same thing. So something went through number 6. I don't see it embedded, so whatever went through it looks like it got kicked out. So you can see where the oil wedge, where the bearing is thinner, it must have kicked out at the oil wedge. So this is 0 to the exact diameter of the piston, 36484. We're gonna check and see what the piston to wall is on this. Okay. I can already tell who built this one. It's only got 2, 4. Let me see here. 2, 4. Yeah, 2, 4, 8. So 2.5 thousandths of piston wall. Yep. Seven. And this is without a plate, but a plate's not going to add a whole bunch. Let me check them this way. Make sure they're the same. Make sure the bore's not egged. Shouldn't be. These sleeves pretty much hold. But yeah, they're all under 3. So this way, if you look how tight, when you don't have a torque plate on, if you look at this, look at the gauge, it's only got 2 and 2, yeah, just over 2 thousandths that way. And then this way is about the same. Yeah, so depending on where I grab it, it's only got 2 thousandths of piston in the wall. So that would explain why the skirts are torn up on these. So next we're gonna get these rings off, check ring gap, and that'll be pretty much it for what Alex needs. You ready? Okay. So these are the rings. This is 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you look at the bottom second ring, you'll notice, see all the same sides are up. You can see the dot, that's the top side. You can see this is very, very dark stained, where this still has the brown on it. And then number 8, same way. So one thing I'll have to check is the clearance for the ring pack to the ring. Make sure this is the correct ring pack, because it's possible that this second ring was fluttering. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these down on the board and check the ring gap. So we're gonna do the bottom ring, or the second ring, and all the bores. Make sure they're square so we get accurate measurements. We're just going to start with 24. See where this one's at. Okay, so it's larger than 24, which is good. Let's go to 28. Larger than... Okay, so that one's 32 on the second, 32, 32, 32. So a little large for my preference, but to each their own. Let's check the top rings. And so I can tell how loose this ring is. These rings don't have a lot of tension in them. They should not just fall down in like that after. This doesn't have a significant amount of runtime on it. So we'll start with a 30. Okay, 30 goes in number 2. So 0.030, 0.032. Okay. Okay. 6. Okay, so 026, 32, 030, 32. Let's drop it down to 24. So 024. That was a snug 24. So we'll call it 24. Okay, so not a wild deviation, but a significant deviation in the rings. The biggest problem I see here and what leads to the piston damage is the piston wall. The broken guide definitely is a culprit. And then I don't have the chain here to see whether it's chicken or the egg first, but normally it looks like that gear fractured and broke the chain. Whether that was a function of the guide, it's hard to tell. It does have stock secondary chains in, which this engine should not, especially it had upgraded hardware, had looks like AccuFab washers for the camshaft bolts. So not sure why it didn't have the good upgraded chain, the EWIS chains in it, whether from MMR or from John, they're the same chain. That's all we use in our stuff. So this will get a handful of upgrades. I got to talk to Alex. I know he wanted to change the compression, add some compression in it. So I'll talk with him and I'll get the rest of this torn down. But this is where we wanted to see what was going on in this bank, because this bank was the culprit. So.
Well, I'd say that's a great debut for Keith Ray on the channel. He did a really thorough teardown and inspection of bank 2, which was the issue where the secondary timing chain broke on the GT500, and he tore down that side specifically. Found some other things which we knew, we suspected we were gonna find once we got in there, especially when it comes to the piston and wall stuff. Very, very interesting. So stay tuned. I'm gonna let you guys know what we're gonna do, what the game plan is. We're definitely gonna try to add some compression to it, budget pending, and we'll see if there's anything that can be upgraded, like the chains that he talked about. So hopefully you guys enjoy this nice little ASMR teardown video of a 13 to 14 built GT500 motor, and once we devise a game plan, we'll get after it and show you a video on that. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.